Tanner Simon.
Dude, nice to be here.
How are you, brother?
Great, dude. How are you? Good to see you, man.
Good. We had a little bit of a slow start today, but we got there.
We did.
It's Saturday, man. Trains are notoriously bad on Saturdays, and I'm notoriously bad at getting up on Saturdays.
Dude, I woke up maybe an hour before this.
Yeah, same. Literally.
Dude, it's so bad. I'm surprised I have a job. It's a problem. I'll wake up like 10 minutes after work starts.
Damn.
And I'll be like, fuck.
Do you work from home?
Some days. And those are the days when I'm like, it's not good.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God.
What do you do for work?
I work for the cops. I'm a crime analyst.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What does that even entail?
I like, it's pretty boring. It sounds way cooler than it is.
It does sound cool as fuck. I'm
it
not gonna lie.
sounds like I do like detective shit, but really I'm like reading crime reports, and then sometimes I'll look for a guy just like through like clues, I guess, on the reports, like descriptions, like camera footage, whatever. Trying to find. Yeah, it's usually boring.
Okay. So
Yeah.
did you go through the police force to do that?
No, I've never been a cop.
Okay.
No, it's a civilian job. I don't.
So you're just good with computers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish. I'm really not that good with computers. They don't know that. I'm good with Excel.
Okay.
I can do Excel. I cannot do anything else.
Do you know all the codes to Excel for 1 + 1 + 2?
Yeah.
I do estimating, so I used to be really good. I haven't done it for nearly a year and a half now, so I'd be a little rusty, but that wouldn't take long. It's so good when you're fast at it and you're like,
Dude, it's great. I love it.
yeah.
Everything else,
I become such a nerd.
Yeah.
Like my friends and I, we were thinking about buying a hostel in Mexico, and we were working out all the costs. And I was like, this, if we did this and this and this and this many people, it would equal this. Oh, if it was like 20% less, did it equal this? And then you can just work it all out, and it's all in front of you, and you're like,
Dude, doesn't it feel so cool when your friends are like, we need to put something together, and you're like, oh, I got this.
There's not many things I can't do.
I'm going to get these numbers right.
Yeah, it's so nerdy. It is surprisingly enjoyable though. I don't know why I like it.
Yeah, dude, I guess we're both autistic. I don't know. I guess that has to be it.
Did you always like math? I always enjoyed
did.
math.
Yeah.
Like as much as you can enjoy school.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
Like math. My mom was my high school math teacher.
No shit.
Yeah.
How?
Dude,
Were you home taught?
No.
Okay.
Dude, it was weird, man. So my mom and my stepdad both taught at my high school. They were both math teachers at my high school.
That's cool.
My mom taught. You think?
So would you call her mum in class?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did kids ever say anything?
Dude, of course.
Yeah. What was like?
And it was weird because it's a big school. It's like 4,000 kids, all Mexicans. I was the only white kid at this school.
Okay.
It was all Mexicans. And my mom was the cool teacher. So everyone knew my mom. I was not the cool kid. But everyone saw me and they were like, oh, you're her kid. And then they would be like, you know. Okay.
So they kind of didn't. They didn't fuck with you too much because you were the son of this woman that they idolized.
I guess.
And loved.
Yeah. I guess I got like a weird kind of protection from it. But I also had this weird like cloud over me.
Yes.
Like I didn't get the full high school experience,
Of course.
It's like living with your boss, It's like not like I can't do anything like rebellious at school because she's everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
So if I do anything, they're going straight to her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and you can't fuck around at school either because when you go home, she's going to know about
Exactly.
it. The other teachers are going to say, well, Tanner did this.
Yeah. Dude, that's honestly maybe even the worst part. She knows all the teachers. So like if anything happened, not only would she find out, but at the beginning of the year, she'd be like, yeah, you can just hit him. You can just like, dude, if he acts up, none of them did. But it was on the table. It was there.
That's so good. Dude, my mum was a teacher. She didn't teach me, but I can kind of relate because she had that. She knew what kids were like, and she knew what I was like. So when I would get in trouble, which was all the time, she would like destroy me. She's like, you can't do this, like she felt like she had to stand up for the teachers, you know?
Yeah.
And whenever I would get in trouble, she would make me like march into the class the next day or even that afternoon, because she would often come pick me up from school in the earlier years, and I would be sent outside of class and I'd be sitting outside the classroom. And so she would then come to pick me up, and I'm sitting there. She's like, what the hell are you doing here? Did you? And then as soon as class had ended, she'd be like, go inside and apologize. And that was the worst thing when I had to go in and go, I'm sorry, man.
Dude, nothing worse than your mom telling you to apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Dude, yeah. So that was great. So yeah,
And
I
the
had to be
stepdad
good
as
at
well?
math. Yeah.
And at the same school?
Same school.
Okay, if I could have a choice, I probably wouldn't have that.
I wouldn't, yeah.
There wasn't any other schools in the district?
There were, but that's the one that was closest.
Yeah.
And they both were there, so they're like, we're just going to drive you.
Yeah.
We're going to the same place.
Ah, shit. So you would drive to school with them as well?
In the first 2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Next 2 years, I had a car, which was great.
Yes.
And I did not have to deal with it. But that's the last 2 years is when they were my teacher. She was my teacher.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to drive with her. But then, so I saw her at school every day for 4 years.
Wow.
Either driving with her or sitting in her class, just ashamed.
You poor boy. Were you quiet?
Yeah, I've always been quiet.
Yeah.
I was quiet in class. I think I was a little louder in her class because I could get away with it a little more. But yeah, definitely quiet.
Do you think she ever gave you like, hey, Tanner, this question, that's not the right answer, wink, wink, nudge, nudge?
Dude, I wish. I feel like she was harder, but I was good at it. I was good at math until I got to college, and then I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I quit math. But in high school, I was like good at it. And I didn't have to cheat off of her. But maybe she might have. Like my brother had her. My brother was not good at math. I think she passed him.
Wow.
She didn't give him an A. But
Yeah. She just got him through.
Yeah, she got him through.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's...
Did he have the same experiences as you?
So, yes. Well, what happened was she was a teacher at that school, at my school, and I finished. And then my two other brothers, they both went to a different school. And she happened to transfer to that same school when they went there. So they just had the same exact experience and also had her at this new school. So it was, yes, we all had the same thing. It was, yeah. I'd imagine it also sucked for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was great.
So where was this?
Texas. Do you know like Dallas area?
I
That area.
I don't know. I've never been there, but I know Dallas.
Yeah, that area. Yeah.
Okay.
Near there.
Okay,
Yes.
shit. So you grew up down there?
Grew up down there. Born in Louisiana. Family's Cajun, and then grew up, moved to Texas really young.
So Cajun, that means that's part of like the French?
Yes.
French, like the French were colonized there once upon a time, didn't they?
Yes.
And were the French bought out or were they kicked out?
They were bought.
Yeah.
Louisiana Purchase. I don't know what year that was. 1803 maybe? I have no idea. I'm dumb. But that, yeah, the U.S. bought Louisiana, I think for like some stupid amount, like $300. That's a made up number. But
Wow.
it was really cheap. And then, yeah, so all French people, my like great grandparents spoke French, I think like fluent, like maybe mainly French. Like they taught French in Louisiana for a long time.
Wow.
As like a secondary
Okay.
language. Yeah.
Interesting. It's so crazy. Hey, I wonder why they didn't stick with the French. Because I from what I heard now, they don't generally speak a lot of French there now.
No one in my family still speaks it.
Yeah.
So, like my grandparents used to, but they forgot because it just phased out of culture, I guess.
Did you ever go to Quebec? in Canada?
No, never been. I would love to.
Yeah, I would too. Because that's kind of like what Louisiana could have been,
Yeah.
right? Where they still speak French. Is apparently there's French traffic signs everywhere, and
Yes.
they learn that's their primary language is French.
Which is crazy.
It is crazy. I don't know. I've always found that so bizarre. You know, you're
just like,
you're
this
in
is a
Canada.
country.
It's an English speaking country. It's under the Commonwealth. You know, it's British, and they've got this region, this one small or big region that they speak French.
Yeah, dude. And they just, I guess the country just gave up on them.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, can you guys speak English? And they're like, no. They're like, ah, fine, whatever.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard that they tried to do some sort of like referendum to go back under the French rule at some point.
Really?
And-
Quebec?
Yeah, this may be wrong. Well, this may be
Doesn't
false,
matter.
but it doesn't matter. Jamie's not. Jamie, can you check me on this? But
Pull that up.
And then, but apparently the French didn't want them. They were like, "No, I'm sorry, we don't want your Canadian despicable English."
That sounds very French. To
Yeah.
be like, no.
Have you been to France?
Yes, just Paris.
Yeah.
The main spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
like the
did
French.
not-
A lot of people don't, but they're fine.
It was okay. It was dirty. I mean, just like New York, I guess. And so many gypsies.
Yeah.
So many gypsies, and you're not ready for that when you haven't like gone around Europe. They're just there, just taking phones and fucking putting bracelets on people. It's great.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of a lot of guys. When I went there, I noticed there was a lot of guys that had probably come up from like Africa or somewhere. I'm not
Yes.
sure. They were black and they were everywhere and they're always hustling. They're always just trying to sell you something
Yeah.
on every single corner, and it got a lot.
It is like the whole city.
Yeah.
Like New York, at least, I feel like that's reduced to a few areas.
Yeah, there's a few in Chinatown that I see every now and
It's
again.
like Chinatown, obviously, like Times Square.
Yeah.
But like you can avoid that pretty well.
Hell
In
yeah.
Paris, it was you're walking, it's happening.
Yeah. I think they had a lot of issues when all the wars were going on in like the Middle East, like Iraq, Afghanistan. I think, and ISIS, when the war against ISIS was happening on, I think a lot of immigrants flowed up through into Europe, and
Yeah.
that's when a lot of the issues started. I think that was half the reason why Brexit happened.
Probably. I
Yeah.
don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds like it's probably accurate. I trust you. You have an accent, dude. I don't believe it.
Hey man, you're from Louisiana. I don't know. You're a
I wish
multicultural
I
man.
had an accent, man.
You do have an accent.
I wish. I don't. I guess, yeah, American.
Well, is Texas considered Southern?
Yes,
Okay.
very.
You
Yeah.
don't have much of a twang.
I don't. I wish
I had a
did.
guy yesterday on. He was from. I can't even remember. He was from the South somewhere. My memory's awful at the moment. And he had a twang, man. He would like, how he sounded like he was going to go hunting for some rabbit today.
Dude, I love that. My dad has a twang. My grandparents have a twang. If I had a twang, I'd be way further in comedy. I think that's where I'm at. I don't know. I think it's because I grew up with all Mexicans, so I didn't even.
Can you speak Spanish?
No, not at all. But I'm like kind of like I have a vague race, I guess. Like I'm a little tan.
Yeah.
So like in school, like people like they would see me like first day if they didn't know me, and they would like think I was Mexican.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the dark features.
And then they'd be like, "What's your name, man?" And I'd be like, "Tanner." And they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, you're not with us."
Yeah.
yeah. But and I never learned Spanish.
So your school, you said, was all Mexicans?
Yeah.
So is that because it's very close to the border, those sorts of areas? There's a lot of
It's
Mexican influence?
so Texas is like Texas has more. I think as of like last year or 2 years ago, it has more Mexicans than white people now.
Wow.
Like it's predominantly Mexican. But I mean, Dallas in particular is not that close to the border. But I mean, they have a few hubs.
They can walk.
And they just, they're good at it.
Yeah.
There's a river.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I guess just that like neighborhood or whatever was a big area for them.
Yeah.
So they all went to that school.
Okay. Interesting. So then, where'd you go to college?
To college in Philadelphia.
Ah, so that's not close to Texas
Not
at all.
Not at all.
That's
close
actually
to
more
here.
closer to here.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours away
Yeah.
from New York.
What was the reason for that? Was it to get so far away from your mum? Could you imagine if your first day of college you were like going to class and your mum's like, Tanner,
Got a new job.
and here's your stepdad, Tanner. Say
You know
hello.
what, dude? Honestly, it would not have been that shocked. If I walked in and she was like, "Hey," why would this not be happening right now? Like, of course. I think there was definitely that. I definitely after 4 years of being at your mom, you want to get away.
Yeah.
You want to live. You want to have an actual experience of individuality in school. So there was that. It was also the school I got into. So it was, no options and that. Now, not a fan of Philadelphia. Found that out through 4 years. That city is a dump.
Really?
Oh my God. It is rough. It's, oh my God. And it got worse while I was there. Very violent. It's a pretty violent city.
Why?
Cheesesteaks. I don't know why.
They've got these amazing cheesesteaks, like you said.
I know, dude.
What's there to fight over?
Yeah, just go eat a cheesesteak. Dude. Calm down, man. No, it is. I once went to the wrong area in Philadelphia. So I took a Spanish class.
Okay.
And
so you have learned a little bit of Spanish.
I took 8 years of Spanish, and I don't know anything. But I was taking the Spanish class, and for a project, they had us go to a Spanish church just to experience it. And it was in this rough neighborhood, and I went there and I still had my Southern hospitality. So I'm looking at I looked at this guy and I was like, just give him a nod, just be like, hey, how's it going? Just Southern hospitality shit, or just human decency. And I did that, and he was like, just keep walking, buddy. And I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is a new place. Yeah, I'm not ready for this. That's how I remember Philadelphia.
Is there really that thing that they say Southern hospitality? That is a thing, because I've heard that multiple times since being here. Are Southerners more arms welcoming?
On the surface,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
think they're more racist, but
Yeah.
you get both. I mean, yes, it's nicer, but it's a taught niceness, which is why everyone has it, I guess.
okay.
It's
It's like the Japanese. They're all very polite and very
right,
because they get
Yeah.
culturally. It's
yes, which worked out well for the Japanese, by the way, because they have a fucked up history, and we don't care at all.
no.
For the South, we care a lot, so I think we need to fix that.
What do you mean
But-
by that?
Well, no, the South gets a lot of shit, rightfully so.
Yeah.
We did some messed up things in history. Japan did some rough stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They were bad.
I mean, arguably everyone's done some rough shit.
Oh yeah,
Australia,
for sure.
we've done some fucked up shit to our indigenous.
At least you can blame that on the British, right?
Yeah, we could blame that. We could. Well, we could essentially blame everything on the British.
Exactly. We didn't ask to be alive.
I was thinking about this the other day. You know how it happens in America and in Australia and probably and anywhere that had an indigenous population that the white man came in. Usually there comes a point where the indigenous population want reparations. They want some land and back. And
Right. Yeah.
do you think we could get some of our land back? Do you think there's some Australian reparations where we could get a plot on England and be like, hey, this is your home?
Dude, I think you should put that in motion.
I think so too.
I would love that. Just for a patch of the UK.
Yeah.
Just be
It
Australian.
can't. Why can't we?
Yeah.
There's no line that it's oh, well, that's not you. You don't have the lineage that goes back this far. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Says who?
Yeah, dude. Do that. I would love to go to the UK and just have some Australian casinos. Dude, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So Philly was a shithole. What'd you study?
like 7 things. I mean, I ended up majoring in economics.
Right.
I don't know anything about economics. I was really bad in college. I was good in high school because I had to be, and then horrible in college. So I think like when I got there, I wanted to major in physics, and then the first physics class I took, I was like, I don't know what's happening. And then same thing in math and like a few like computer science, a few other things, and every one of them just. Economics, I probably would have swapped off of that too, but the deadline passed, and I was like, I guess I'm stuck with this now. And so that's what I ended up with.
Damn. Did anything good happen in college?
No,
Were you in a frat or like were you in?
No, so I not in a frat. The only good I made a few friends, which I mean you should do in college, and not a lot of friends, but a few friends. We went on a couple like road trips across the country, and we went on a few like Europe trips, which was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like we went scuba diving in the Canary Islands.
That's sick.
Great time.
Where is the Canary Islands?
That's right off Morocco.
Oh, that's sick.
Part of Spain, off the coast of Morocco.
Yes. Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah, I got friends that go there a fair bit. Actually, I had to just refresh my memory. Apparently, there's really good surf there.
Yes.
Apparently, it's actually really a lot of young people move there, or are migrating there.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
A lot of young people. It's a beautiful place. It's like, it's oddly like I wore all summer stuff. It gets cold. It's very cold because I guess it's the island breeze. I don't know. It's very cold. But no, it was awesome. We went out like, I don't know, maybe a mile or whatever off the coast and just, dove on a reef. Saw some like stingrays, some octopi, some fucking octopuses. I don't know what the fuck
That's sick. Yeah, octopus. Octopi, if you saw more than one, I think it is. Octopus. Have you seen that documentary on Netflix? I think it's My Little Octopus. Crazy.
Dude, they're my favorite animals.
Yeah.
Man.
They're so cool.
Dude, they're so smart.
Yeah. I mean, look at those things. Look at the brain, like the size of a house. You would think that those things are probably as smart as us.
Probably. I don't know if
maybe
this is
smarter.
True. I don't know if this is true, but I read at some point in my life that if they were social creatures, because they're like very independent creatures, but if they were social, they would have like pretty like advanced communities down there, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess they keep to themselves so they don't learn anything.
Yeah.
They're just chilling.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
I'd like a pet octopus.
Right?
One day.
You should, dude, look into that.
I'm going to get one.
Can you buy an octopus?
I'm just going to catch one. Yeah.
Where do you find them? I don't know.
I'm going to go to the Canary Islands. I went scuba diving in Ecuador. That was cool.
Oh, sweet.
Scuba diving is a really good sport. I recommend that to anyone.
It's so fun.
Yeah. Did you get your license?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my license in Pennsylvania, which is not a good place to get a license.
Was it in a pool or?
It was a pool, yeah. So we got it in like October, November. We did it in a pool, but then you have to do like your field test or whatever it's called for like the final like exam to get your license. And they just took us to a quarry in just like middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. It was like 20 degrees.
Cool.
It's the cold, dude, jumping into that water, the coldest I've ever been.
Yeah.
The visibility, like I couldn't see you
Yeah.
in that water.
Full wetsuit.
Full wetsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no visibility. Everyone, I mean, I don't know how we didn't die.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah,
But still, there's no currents.
Yeah,
that's true. Did you find it weird then going scuba diving in like the ocean with currents and water flow and water moving, or did you just find that still quite natural?
I found it. I mean, I've always been calm in the water.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of people panic or whatever. I don't really care. I enjoy it, so I didn't. It wasn't a big deal to me. I liked it. I liked going in the ocean. It was nice. It felt more natural. Like you just got to see nature, just like untouched. You know. Like it's a mile off the coast. Like no one's there. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's like living in an underwater world. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, and and the guys that took us didn't speak English, which was fun.
Yeah, that's always a little challenging.
Yeah.
I got a really bad experience with some dive instructors. The ones in Ecuador in particular, they were fucked. There was, there's certain rules to how deep you go and how far long you stay down, and then you have to come up quite slowly.
Mm-hmm.
These fucking bitches, we would go down like pretty deep. I can't remember any of the specifics because it was quite a few years ago now, and many parties since. But we went down like past the limits, so where we had to come up. What is it called when you've got to come up slowly to?
You have to equalize.
Equalize.
Yeah.
But equalizing is when you
it's
you
when
do
you
that.
like,
but when you come
I don't know what that's called. I don't
I
remember.
can't remember. Jamie. But we'd pass the limits. Now we'd finish the dive, and then she just goes like this, did the like symbol to go up.
Right.
But I'm like looking at my depth gauge. I'm like, no, we have to come up slowly. Over 3 or 4 minutes. And so she goes up and just shoots up the top because she's a fucking idiot. And I go up slowly. And when I get up in the boat, she starts yelling at me. And I was like, you're a fucking bitch. Like, you're an instructor and you don't even know the rules. Like, go fuck yourself.
That's great. How is she not dead?
I don't know. I was so angry. And she was like death staring me. She was angry at me. I was angry at her. And her ego was obviously broken because I was right. But it's that like Spanish pride that, I don't know, I didn't like her.
That is like... It's great. That's the one thing they teach you the most.
100%.
When you're like in the class, they're like, do not go up fast. Like,
Yeah.
you will regret it.
Yeah. Have you seen, there's videos of the guys that get the bends? That's when they come up too quickly.
Uh-huh.
It can kill you.
Yeah, it can.
And it can totally wipe you out. The only way to cure it is to like get in like a hyperbaric chamber and actually, I believe, Jamie. Sometimes talking about this shit, I think I'm so dumb because I feel like I really know nothing.
Make it more fun. Blissfully wrong. It's the best.
Do you think we'll get smarter over time?
Oh, dude,
Do you think like
so.
sometimes I listen to myself, I'm like, I'm so not eloquent. If I try and talk too fast, I like stumble my words.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll be graceful at some point in my life, or I'll just always be
No,
retarded?
Dude, I hope we do, man. It is true. Like, you listen to like old people, and a lot of them are like, they have like, at least they speak well.
Yeah.
They
kind of sound like they got it figured out.
Which is like, I don't know if that's because that's something you pick up over time, or that's just how people were taught way back then. Like we might be like 80 and still just be full retarded. You're like, God, what's going on with these guys?
I hope so. I mean, I really hope so. I mean, I hope I'm just functional and cognitive at 80. Like, my worst fear is getting dementia. I don't want that. I've got it in my family on both sides. And I'm like, fuck. It's probably coming for me.
Yeah, I agree. That's scary.
Yeah. It seems to be so prominent now. Like, every second person knows someone in their family that's got it. And it's quite scary. Like, do you think it was a disease from back in the day? Like, what would you have done? Like, back in the day, in the tribal days, how would they have even dealt with
They would have killed them.
I know, like what would they have done? They couldn't just.
Well, also, no one lived that long.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just because people live so long now that like your brain just deteriorates. Like I feel like, again, Jamie, pull this up. But I think like I would imagine people are like living longer. We figured out how to make people's life go up, but we don't know how to like preserve the brain fully with this increased age. So it's just giving it more time to just fuck up, and it is, dude, dementia, like Alzheimer's, it's like the saddest thing to like know somebody with that.
It's so sad, dude. My grandma, she's had it for like 15 years now.
Does she still remember people?
The only person she remembers is my mum, because my mum sees her
Right.
quite regularly. I think she remembers her other son, Johnny. I don't think she remembers her other daughter, Sue, because she only sees her maybe once a year. 'Cause she lives on the other side of the country, but physically she's still so good.
Yeah.
She's like 94. She's on no medication whatsoever. She doesn't take even aspirin. Like she takes nothing.
That's crazy.
At 94, she's fit, or maybe she's 93. Anyway, she's around that age.
Yeah.
She's like the Terminator bunny, but her brain doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is awful.
It is. It's terrible. And it's like,
And I've asked this question. I've said, is there a point that you get diagnosed that you're still conscious enough to know that you're losing your mind, that you can just go grab a gun and just make the decision? But apparently once you get diagnosed, it's generally like too late.
I don't know. Because there is a point where, like, my grandpa had it as well, at Alzheimer's. And there was a point where he knew he was, like, forgetting things, and it frustrated him, and you could see that. But I don't know how early on he got the diagnosis, because he got the diagnosis and didn't tell people for a while. Well, he forgot after a while. But yeah, he got a diagnosis like a decade before anyone found out. Yeah, which is crazy.
And then how long was his deterioration process?
It was pretty like exponential. So like he died last year, and he started losing his mind, I don't know, decade ago, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yes.
then it got really bad in the last like 2-3 years, where he didn't know anybody anymore. And it's a crazy thing to like experience that. I would imagine it's the same. It's like, it feels like the person's already dead almost, just because like their mind's not there, but you still see them.
I think we, in a sense, have accepted that they're not them anymore.
Yeah.
And it's sad because they've kind of died in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
But they're still alive.
Right.
It's a hard thing to grasp until you've been through it. But it's like, this sounds pretty bad, but I don't see my grandmother anymore. I haven't seen her for like 2 or 3 years. And the reason is because I know she doesn't remember. She doesn't know who I am. She's never going to remember me, and it's hard to see her. So like personally, emotionally hard for me. So I just haven't gone and seen her, and I don't know if that's the right or wrong thing, and I don't know if I'll regret that in the future. But what do you do?
No, it is. It is like you accept it. Like when he died, I wasn't even like that, like upset at his funeral. Not because I wasn't sad he died, but like just because I had already gone through the grieving.
Yeah.
I
think it's a relief for the families as well, because in the last few years it's a burden.
It is.
I feel like if they could wake up for a second and be like conscious for a day, I reckon they could, and I reckon they would probably make a decision, be like, hey guys, if I'm going back to that, like let's push me off the cliff. I think they would. Any human probably would.
Probably.
But why would you want to? I don't know. I have a theory though. I don't know if it's true. Oh well, Jamie, pull this up. Now I have a theory. I feel like it's got something to do with spiritual enlightenment. I feel like if you have gone through some sort of awakening or spiritual enlightenment, then maybe potentially you don't get fall for the same mental ailments as people that aren't. But I don't know. That's just my personal theory. We'll see.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think anyone knows. There's always like those things that are like, this could lead to dementia. No one knows.
I certainly think though that like my grandma is a perfect example of she never drank in her life. She never smoked. She never took drugs. As I said, she's not on medication. She's never been on anything. Yeah. She was healthy. She walked every day. It's crazy. She still got it. So in one hand, you think, well, I've taken a lot of drugs. I've drank a lot of alcohol. Am I going to be more susceptible to something like that than someone who hasn't? But then you see these people that they're like, well, maybe it doesn't seem to, there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Right. Yeah. Very healthy, and it still happens. Yeah. I don't know.
What was your grandfather like?
He was not that healthy, but he was like they would walk, they would like bike a lot. he wasn't like fat. I think he was in pretty like decent shape.
Mm.
He was always he was kind of like that, where even like before he died, like physically he was still in good condition. Like he could move around plenty.
Yeah.
But he probably did like smoke when he was a kid, and he drank probably whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what could have caused it. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows what could cause it. But yeah,
I think they can now detect the gene if you've got it. But I've thought about that, and even if I had the gene, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know that.
I don't want to know. Or then I'm going to be fucking worrying about it the whole time.
Dude,
I don't think, like, knowing, ignorance is sometimes bliss.
Because if you knew that, imagine how long you would think about that in your life. Like that would.
I think it would put you in an early grave.
Probably.
Someone like me, because I can easily hone in on one thing and just think about it and like really concentrate on a negative aspect of something.
And how could you not? Like that's
Yeah.
Especially because you're married, so like you're not only thinking about you losing your mind, but you're thinking about someone else dealing with you losing your mind. Which that's the scariest thing for me is like if I lose my mind, she's gonna have to deal with me. I don't want to do that to her because I've seen what it does to other people.
Yeah. I truly hope that if I ever get the chance, if I have the consciousness, if that one day happens, then I can just get in my car, full speed into a bridge.
Dude,
see you later.
that's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Let's
go out hard.
Go, yeah. Do something crazier.
Yeah.
Skydiving. Skydiving. Don't pull the chute.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Dude, live it up, man.
Yeah. But then they've got that thing in Australia now. It's pretty hard to get it. But someone in my distant family just got it. It's the assisted suicide. Yeah. Where they have to put in an application.
Yeah.
It has to obviously get accepted, but then once it does, they'll give them a lethal injection in their own home with their family and stuff. And it was a family friend actually who just got it recently, and he had a disease that was just basically he got to a point where he couldn't move his body. He could still think and communicate. Yeah. Well, not really communicate, but his body almost became vegetabilized.
Right.
And he got it. And I wonder if dementia will end up being something that people can do or can choose.
It's crazy to me that that's not a thing in America.
Yeah.
I think they have it in Canada, but not
because it should be able to be something that you can put down while you're conscious. Like I should be able to say now, hey, government.
Yeah.
Here's my application. If it gets to a point where I am completely useless, like I can't function day to day without the 100% care of someone, then I want to be able to do this. But then the other flip of the coin is then your family have to take, if you've got a functioning body but your brain's fucked, your family have to then like drive you to this place and put you down like a dog. It would just, right. I don't think it would work.
Okay. Yes, that is hard. But like, what's like the alternative is like, what, you like shoot yourself? Like, I feel like that's worse for the family.
Yeah.
To just find you. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But like it is a tricky thing.
It's so tricky.
But like, yeah, at some point, like if you don't even know who you are anymore, like if you've lost your mind that much, like you don't even know your name, like maybe it's time. Maybe
yes.
The government should.
Something should happen. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, that was a fun talk.
Oh, I like it.
No, that was good.
Yeah. I've thought, because I think about this a lot. I'm sure many people do. I had a friend that was in the podcast, my friend Dave, and his mum died of, I think dementia was the main cause, but generally dementia, you die from something else. You'll catch something else at the end. But she was only like 60, dude.
Wow.
And she's out. So yeah, we talked about it a bit on this podcast. So hopefully one day we'll Maybe one day together we'll come up with a cure.
Yes, we will with Excel.
They're
We're
going
gonna do
after, yeah. Tanner and I will come up with a spreadsheet. We'll number our way through
We're
it.
gonna crack the code. It's gonna be color coded. It's gonna be great.
I love colors. You want to see my autism? I'll
Yeah,
show you
yeah,
my
yeah.
calendar.
Oh man.
This is autism 101.
Oh, dude, that's beautiful. I love it. Oh my god, the colors. Yes. So organized.
So, when did you come to New York?
2022. October.
Oh, you haven't been here that long.
No, been here 2.5 years.
Okay, so you didn't come straight here after university.
I did. I graduated in 22.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit late, but I did graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did grow up in Texas, went to school, back to Texas for just a little bit, and then moved to New York.
Great. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So I've been here a pretty short amount of time, doing comedy.
Yeah, man. Did you do comedy in Philly?
A little bit in Philly, a little bit in Texas.
Okay.
But here is when it really picked up.
Started taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. And I mean, the comedy in other places, it's hard to start in other places. Just like, there's no like there are mics, but they're like 4 hours long. And it's just, and if you're not in, yeah, man, if you're
So
like,
you've got to sit through a 4-hour mic
So
to
like-
get 5 minutes?
yeah. So like if you're in Texas, right? Like in Dallas, they have a few mics, like maybe one a day, sometimes two in a day. Usually it's like one a day. And everyone in the Metroplex that does comedy will sign up for it. So it's like, I don't know, so many people, like 100 people
Yeah.
sign up. And if you're not in the clique, which you're not when you start, if you're not in the clique, you're going at 2 a.m.
Damn.
Like it's going to start at 9 or 10 and you're going up when everyone else is asleep.
But would there even be an audience at that time?
No.
Is it even comics that are standing there at that time?
The ones that are also not in the clique.
In that time region.
Yeah,
So you've
yeah.
got a handful of comics watching.
Yeah.
Is that just for money that these guys end up doing it for? Is that
I don't know. But I mean like
that just seems like hell. Even just running something like that would be awful.
yeah, well they don't it's not just like the way they did it is you would have like a new host every 10 comics.
Okay,
So-
that's interesting.
Yeah, and it would just be like some guy. Like I remember one time I signed up for a mic, and I just signed up just to do the mic, and I happened to be like number 50 or whatever, like on one of the 10s, and they were like, "All right, you're hosting the next 10," and I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, you're 50, you're hosting," and I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." I don't know what's happening right now, but yeah, it's just that, and it's. If you're in the clique though, they're good mics because it'll have like audience.
Yeah.
It'll be like a sold out room, but then by the 15th comic, everyone's gone
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, I see what this is now. Yeah. So it's, and I think it's like that in most like non-hubs, like big cities that aren't like, other than here, LA and Austin, maybe Chicago. I would think it's like that.
Yeah, I think. Well, at home it's kind of like that. It's pretty difficult to even get on mics. Like if you can get on like one a week, you're lucky. It was really tough. There's really no place like New York for getting stage time.
Yeah.
Even though the mics are in front of comics,
Right.
it's still something.
The mics are worse here, like audience wise, just because there's so many, but you just get so much more done. You progress so much faster. It's great. How long ago did you move here?
June.
June last year.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you hadn't been here long. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. It's cool. It's gone quick.
Yeah.
It's gone so quick. Actually, I'm super glad I came. I really like New York.
Yeah. Thinking long term.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be here for a while. I think eventually I'd like to move back to my city
Right.
in Brisbane, or maybe split time
You're
between
a
the
West
two.
Coast guy.
East.
Oh wait, shit. East. Yes.
That's yeah. Brisbane's on the east with like it's above Sydney.
Yeah. Melbourne is that the one on the west?
Melbourne's like southeast.
Oh, Perth. Perth is the one on the west.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, all good, bro. Have you been to Australia?
No, I want to
You need to
bad.
go.
I need to go to Australia and New Zealand. I need to go.
New Zealand's sick.
Ah,
Go to New Zealand to go skiing. Do you ski or snowboard?
I am so bad at skiing, but I love it so much.
It's fun.
I've only been a few times. I'm so bad at it. But
You got to go
so
there.
great.
You got to go skiing for like a month. That's the best way to get good. You got to go like sit in and just take the pounding for the first few weeks.
Yeah, it is. And is it like you said New Zealand, right, for skiing? Is it like I imagine that's like a hub, you know? Like I went to Switzerland to ski with my friends.
Which
In
slope?
the Alps.
remember what the mountain was?
St. Moritz.
Okay, I went to a place called Gareme, I think it was.
I think we looked into that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went there, and it's not like skiing here because it's like I went on the bunny slope after I hadn't been skiing in 15 years, and the bunny slope had a cliff, a fucking cliff drop. Like you're going straight, and then you have to do a U-turn, and if you forget to U-turn, you're dead.
Wow.
On the bunny slope.
That's cool.
That's crazy. It's like 3-year-olds are doing it.
Do they have a hard barrier or something? Or do they have
no barrier, no warning?
There's no tape like in ribbons or something?
No, dude. It was just survival of the fittest. It was like if you die here, you're not gonna make it up there. So dude, it was crazy.
The Swiss, man.
There's
some no bullshit people.
Dude, they're serious.
Yeah.
Dude, I fell down on like we went up to the top and they closed like most of the mountain because it was like the last lift up for the day. And we didn't know they were gonna close like most of the slope. So there's only one path down to the bottom. And it's like black diamond, like to get down, you have to take the black diamonds. And these are not American. These are Swiss black diamonds. These are like just straight drops, fucking jumps, trees, everything. I got to one. I just sat down and like scooted down on my ass.
Oh, wow.
It was so scary.
I actually, I've done that a couple of times on those slopes because I was learning to snowboard then.
And a snowboarder. That's cool. Those guys are so much cooler.
Yeah. Skiing's cool. I think the speed that skiers can get, I mean, snowboarders can too, but these guys are, I think they're both cool. But snowboarding, I'm good at it now, but when I was learning, it got to some points, and that was in Switzerland. There was one run I went down, I must have taken the wrong turn as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this. It was so incredibly steep.
They get aggressive.
Yeah, so I literally like unclipped, did like some of it on my ass, and it was crazy.
Dude, and it's like, going down those, the ones that you're like, I shouldn't be doing this, even like sliding on your butt, you still feel like I might still die. Why is it so steep? When I was sliding down, some Swiss guy stopped and like picked up my stuff so that I didn't have to hold it. And he was just like, I'll take it down for you. I was like, oh,
wow,
thanks.
Yeah. People are pretty gracious on the slopes.
Yeah, they are. I don't know if it's gracious or it's like, please get the fuck out of my way.
It probably is.
There's this fat American just sitting on my slope. Like, please.
Yeah. You would have felt like such a dickhead, hey?
Dude, I did. I felt so bad. It was like 4-year-olds just gliding past me. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Dude, that's the craziest thing when you see the little kids and they're on their little onesies.
Yeah.
And they can't even talk.
No.
Yeah. Like they cannot put a sentence together, but they're flinging down a ski slope. Just going,
and it's because they can fall and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're so low to the ground, it just doesn't. If I fall, I'm down for a while. I'm everyone else's problem for like 10 minutes if I fall.
Dude, the very first time I went snowboarding, I broke my tailbone.
Oh, God. And you still do it?
Yeah.
Dude, that is brave.
Thank you. It fucking hurt, man. Oh my God. There was I felt some pain. Holy hell. I thought I'd broken my back. I guess it kind of technically is a little bit easier.
Is it connected to the spine at all?
I don't. Jamie.
Please.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But I don't know. Not really. No, it's because it's below your spine.
Right. It's in line with it, but
it's in line.
Yeah,
Do you think we ever had tails once back in the day?
we had to.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't that awesome?
I want my tail back.
Don't you wish? I have thought about that. Like if I had a tail, man. But you know what though? If people had tails, they would be fucking perverts. Dude. It would just be another thing to just stick into something else. There's no way it would be good for us as a society if we had tails.
You reckon we'd use them we'd probably use them to like whip people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. If it's a long tail,
Yeah.
just pick it up. Yeah, that for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh god.
Depends how muscly they are. Imagine if it was like a muscly tail where on like a kangaroo tail where you could like the
Right.
kangaroos can rest all their weight on their tails and then kick their feet.
Which is so cool to
It's
watch.
so badass. So imagine if we had a tail like that.
Yeah.
But we could just like we didn't need chairs at school. We just like
Dude, that
just
would be
park
awesome,
out.
right?
Yeah.
All right, everyone sit on your tails. Oh, dude, I need a tail. Man.
Or like if you wanted to like capture someone, you could like
Right. Yeah, would that be like a
the rapist would love it because you could
Yeah, that'd be the
really-
move.
Yeah.
You just wrap your tail
Yeah.
around. Do arm up top, tail at the
Yeah.
bottom.
If you're walking with a girl, you don't hold hands, you wrap tails.
Ooh, I like this. Dude, this is a good future to look into. Oh my god. Dude, I can't believe we got rid of our tails.
Imagine if that was like the conspiracy. Like we actually all have tails. We were born with tails, but they get chopped off at
Cut
birth.
'em off. Probably,
Just like the Jewish foreskin.
it's probably for the best. Dude. There would also be a lot of tail shaming. Dude, I just know my tail would suck. People would look at me and be like, "That's your tail." I'm sorry, man. Oh God. Have a little bush at the end of it.
I was just thinking that. Imagine like, you reckon it would get to a point where like the women would like wax their towel hair, like the
Oh,
end,
yeah.
and the men would have like a bushy towel, and the women.
Dude,
You dress it up.
Oh my God. You think if we did have chairs still, they'd put like a hole in the chair?
They'd have to.
Yeah, you can't sit
But
on
then
your-
what happens if you had to get up really quickly and your towel was like
It's just
caught around the leg, you know?
like a hose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Tail, it would be very dirty. That'd be
Yeah. Well, if it was raining, you could attach an umbrella to it, and
ooh,
That'd
I
be
like
cool.
that. Yeah.
it has been raining lately, and I wanted to actually ask what you think about this. I think women in New York should get a license for holding an umbrella.
Yeah.
I think they should go to school for one day and learn how to use an umbrella. Some umbrella etiquette.
I think you're onto something here. I think we need to take this to who makes these decisions? Fucking
We
board
do.
of directors, council. I don't know.
No, we're making the decision right now. I've had my eye nearly poked out like 10 times in the last 2 days. Like,
It is-
if you're
yeah.
walking in a tight street and there's people going both directions and you're holding an umbrella down at your head height, you're going to
Yeah.
take someone out. It's called lifting the umbrella up. It's got a long arm
Yeah.
for a reason.
I think they need longer arms for women. I think you know how they're like men's and women's like golf clubs or whatever. We need men's and women's umbrellas.
Yeah.
There's like a really fucking long, or just no umbrella. Just
get wet.
go.
Yeah.
Just be a lady.
Yeah. Stay
Get
indoors.
rained on.
I don't know, man. I've and the people that like when they're getting out of the subway station and there's like the stair is like full. People are going in and out both directions, and then these people
Yeah,
just
they
get up
pop
and
it
they
open.
pop it open. Like, do you not realize how many eyes you nearly took out?
Yeah, you just killed somebody.
My God, if I had a tail, I swear to God.
Right, dude? Dude, wouldn't it be sick to have a tail and then like you walk past somebody and they like bump your shoulder, so then you just trip them with your tail? You just one last moment. Oh, I would love that.
You know the Japanese used to have paper umbrellas?
I thought you were about to say, you know, the Japanese used to have tails. And I'd be like, yes, they did. It's fucking, dude, those Japanese
Samurai
are hiding
tails.
something. Dude. I knew it, man. Dude, paper umbrellas.
Paper umbrellas, yeah.
That's bad.
I wonder what they did in the rain. What was the purpose?
I guess for the sun?
Yeah.
Because you do see, when you go to Chinatown, they'll use umbrellas on like sunny days.
Yeah. And they've got, a lot of them use like makeup to keep their skin pale.
Right.
I think it's like the geisha.
Interesting.
I
I don't know what that means.
Yes. No, geisha's like have you seen that movie, Memoirs of a Geisha?
No.
A geisha's like a Japanese lady. Okay, so she's like a lady that gets trained in the arts so she can play instruments, dance, and she's very educated. She's sophisticated.
Interesting.
And then they would auction her off to the highest bidder once she came of age to purchase her virginity.
Like most countries do.
Just like a very sophisticated prostitute,
Interesting.
essentially. But then I think she was then tied to that person, so that was now her husband. I believe. I could be wrong. Jamie?
Jamie? Yeah.
Would you buy a geisha if you were a rich man and that was the thing to do in Japan?
Ooh. That's a good question. I don't know.
She's disease-free. She can sing and dance.
It's like farm-raised salmon. Dude, I mean, dude, for some of those guys, that's probably a good deal. Yeah, man. That's like, they're really getting like the bang for their buck there. Mm-hmm. They have to be expensive though, right?
I would imagine they're very expensive.
Like that's gotta be a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Just to get,
I mean,
fresh.
but you're rich. You're not worrying about money.
You're right.
You're not Tanner now.
Yeah.
You're
I'm Tanner Fitzsimmons. That's what I am.
You're oil baron Tanner.
Oh, dude, I have a bigger gut. I like that. I like that. Oil baron. Ooh.
I'd buy a geisha. I'd buy 10.
Yeah, dude, if you have that gut, buy 10. Buy them all, man.
I'd buy 10. I'd be like, fan me, feed me.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd like to go to a sumo wrestling fight.
That would be so cool. It feels like a myth. I know it's real, but it feels like it's just so like here it's like a joke, like a punchline in like kids' TV shows like sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
But that's like a serious thing they do.
In their defense, there's much fatter Americans in the sumos, I reckon.
Oh yeah, for
there's
sure.
no fat like American fat.
There's not. It's a different kind of fat for sumo because that's
Yeah.
a strong fat. That's
It
I don't know if you watch American football, probably not, but like an NFL offensive lineman, just like a huge guy.
Isn't it? It blows my mind that these guys, they're sports pro athletes, but they've got these guts on them. Like
They have guts, but it's strength.
it's still fat. There's still a lot of fat.
Oh, it's a lot of fat.
Couldn't they still do their job?
So strong.
Couldn't they still do their job and not be fat?
No, they need the weight.
They need the weight.
They need
just
the weight.
to that impact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you get more.
Do those guys ever grab the ball?
No, not those guys. Which is why the weight's important because you're
What a
just
shit job.
Dude, that's
All you're doing is
gotta
you're
be
just
the
a brick
worst job.
wall.
Yeah, yeah, you're just a wall, so someone else doesn't have to get hit like you do.
You know what they could do is just get rid of those players completely, and then you don't. Do you know what I mean? Just delete the players on both sides.
Let's just get rid of the sport. Let's do that.
Do you know what I mean? If you're not even grabbing the ball,
Yeah.
you're an obsolete part of the game. You do nothing. You've just invented a player
Right.
to defend a player that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yes. The way it's constructed, they're actually very important, but I do like what you're getting at here.
I know nothing.
Remove the fatties. I mean, it is, but it is very American that's the only place where fat people are really involved in sports. That's the only one. There's no other sports where we're really on the front lines, you know? We have a moment there. We have a moment you get to be fat and be a star in a sport. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. Well, you could do sumo wrestling in America.
I guess.
That would be cool.
Do they have it here? I don't know if they have it here. Jamie?
Jamie, come on, bring that up. I can't wait to get a Jamie.
Dude, you need
Dude, when I get my Jamie, I'm gonna call him Jamie, even if that's not his name.
Yeah, why would you not?
Yeah.
They're all Jamies now. It's just Dude, poor podcast producers, whatever. They just, for the rest of history.
It would be cool to have a Jamie.
That's
Just a quick fact check, just so you could really roll off the.
not even just in daily life. Just to have a Jamie walking around with you.
Yeah, like wake up and he's next to you. Like, what about a Jamie alarm clock?
Yes. And more people. Are we just reinventing slavery? Is that what's happening?
Yes, we
Is
are.
that, oh, God. I guess we'd pay him a little bit. But that's, we need a Jamie. Just to like be walking somewhere and like tell someone something dumb and be like, hold on, Jamie,
I want a Jamie.
you need one, dude. Go invest in a Jamie. It's like a geisha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. A Jamie geisha. Get it? Geisha.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's awesome.
So you married?
No. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years.
Nice.
Not married.
She was in Philly?
We actually met in high school,
Oh, shit.
but we didn't start dating until COVID. We started dating in COVID.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, dude. Eventually, I'm too poor right now.
Oh,
I
dude.
can't do it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's
Me too.
So
I need to find a
expensive.
job. Can you get me a job?
dude. I would love to. I could barely get me a job.
I need a job.
It's so hard, man.
I'm applying for stuff. It's so hard, man. No one. I'm not getting much of a look in at the moment.
You know what? You know what though? I could be wrong. You are so good at like talking to people. You have to like if you get an interview, you'll probably like get it. Like that's the most important part. Like I have this.
Thanks, man.
I have this bit I've been working on that, or like a little bit, because it's true. It's like I'm so bad, like talking to like a stranger or whatever. That like when you go and apply to a job, there's like 2 interviews, right? There's like the behavioral interview. It's like just to see if you're a normal person, and like everyone gets past the behavioral interview. And then there's like the technical interview where like they ask you all the like hard hitting stuff. And I've never made it past a behavioral interview. It's just every time they're like, they answer the phone, and I'm like, hey, I'm Tanner, and they'll just like, we'll be in touch. It's just right away.
That's why you work for a cop and you're not a cop.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, we're not gonna put you there. We'll give you the computers. But no, I think you'll be fine.
Thank you.
You can, dude.
One day, if someone wants to sponsor the podcast,
Me undies.
give me some. What'd you say?
Me undies. That's
What's me?
isn't that one of the big sponsors? I don't know.
I don't know. Blue Chew. What about Blue Chew?
Yeah, Blue Chew's a big one. Yeah, how about, come on, Blue Chew.
Come on, Blue Chew, sponsor me. Jamie, find me.
Yeah, Jamie, email Blue Chew, please.
So you got any good shows coming up? Keep in mind, I'm not going to be. This probably won't get published for like 3 weeks.
No,
So-
dude, just fucking.
You're getting a bunch
doing
with
the
the Buddha
grind.
now.
Yeah, man, that's good, dude. It's really.
I will
nice.
say, man, since I first met you in last June till when I saw you recently before I left, I was like, holy fuck, you've just improved so much. You're always good, but in the bits that you were putting out recently, you just kept coming out with new bits every time I would see you.
Oh, thank you, man.
And it was so intelligent and so well written and so well executed. I was like, fuck, this guy's a killer.
Oh, thank you, man.
So
That means a lot.
whatever path you're
Dude.
taking is really working, man. You're really putting in the time.
it's
It's
very
very,
nice.
very obvious.
Yeah, it means a lot coming from you, dude. You work harder than probably most people here,
Nah.
dude. You are around, man. You're fucking. I see, dude. I feel like every time I go to a mic's, I'll see you like leaving a mic, going to another mic or something. I'm like, fuck, this guy's working.
Thank you, man.
I need to get out there.
I could work a lot more. I'm starting to push it a bit more now. I got a little lazy before I left because I was getting a bunch of shows, so I wasn't hitting many mics and I wasn't writing as much as I should. But now I'm starting to get back in. I'm writing every night now.
That's the cycle of it, though.
Yeah, it is.
You
And-
go through those.
Everyone's, and it's funny. It's right because I had a friend message me yesterday. He's like, "Dude, I'm in such a rut with comedy," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Man, I said it happens. It'll pass. Just keep going." I had another friend about a week ago say the same thing. He's like, "I'm in such a rut," and I'm like, "Dude, you really do start to see. Okay, there's nothing wrong with me.
No, it's
this
cyclical.
is everyone goes through this.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you're on." But the thing that I've actually been enjoying the most is just writing on stage.
Yeah,
I just go up stage with an idea and I just riff it for 3 or 4 times. And then last night, so I did 3 mics yesterday, and then I went home last night and I just listened to the recordings, and then I started to just write it out that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm enjoying that process better because I'm creating in the moment rather than sitting there going, I am a robot.
It's more fun on stage, and like, I don't know, dude. It feels fun on stage, and don't you feel like it's just like you like sound so much more natural?
Yeah.
And like,
And you
I
come
feel
up
like
with
you're
something
a little more creative.
Yeah, you'll get those little moments of just like, I just thought of that on the spot.
Right. And that's really good.
And you get a laugh and you're like, cool.
Yeah, and then you know to like dig into that a little more, and you can riff on that next time. It's so fun.
Sometimes I can't recreate the moment that I have in that time though. Like I did a joke the other day about being an IVF child, and I said, and it was just a riff because someone in the audience said something, and I said, it's interesting because I'm IVF, and then I said, well, it's funny because 40 years ago I just wouldn't be here. And everyone laughed, and I got this big laugh. And then I've tried to recreate that same moment like several times now, and I get nothing. So it's so funny that sometimes...
That does happen a lot.
Yeah.
That happens so much in comedy, and it's infuriating.
Yeah.
Dude, when something works so well the first time you say it, and you're like, God, I'm so good at this. And then it never works again. Oh, dude, that sucks. But it is true though. What you were saying is like you'll get like if you're in a rut, you'll like the best advice is just you'll get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's annoying and it fucking sucks that that's the case, but it'll just happen.
Yeah.
Like you'll be in a rut, and then one day you'll just be like, oh, I have something now.
Yeah.
I have something new.
Yeah. Well, Tanner, look, we got to wrap this up. It's been a pleasure. I'd love you to give everyone your socials. If you just even your Instagram or whatever you do, whatever you use.
Yeah, dude. Tanner J. Simon on Instagram. It's not used a lot yet, but one day it'll be something.
Yeah. Guys, follow Tanner. He's a fucking champion. He's super funny, and I can't wait to see where you go with comedy, man. I'm really, really excited for you. Like you've got it.
Dude, thank you, man. Thanks for having me, dude. This was a lot of fun.
You're welcome.
It was a good time. Tales and dementia. The heavy-hitting topics.
You never know where it's going to go, do you? I had so much fun, man. Thank you for coming.
Great. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Dude, awesome.
All right.
Sweet.
See you on the next one, guys. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode of Going After It with Cam Bird. Produced by Cam Bird. Podcast edited by Calpit. Music by Brian Rigby. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And if you can, get after it.